My colleague Thomas Proteus has also filed an exclusive ground report from New York. Have a look.
Now we have a huge day ahead of us. We are following yesterday's sixth ministerial meeting here at the United Nations, where External Affairs Minister SJ Shankur made comments leading up to his speech tomorrow in that Grand Assembly Hall, where he emphasized a route towards peace here at the United Nations, and of course made those comments about cross-border terrorism. He also called for UN reform and of course a bilateral meeting with Secretary of State Marco Rubio. We can expect more to come on that as the day rolls on. However, in regards to today's events, we have a huge morning in particular. We have the day opening in just an hour with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who is expected to speak and push back against all those Western and traditional allies recognizing a Palestinian state. Of course, his ongoing war in Gaza, a key focal point of his speech. We are expecting to see mass protests outside the United Nations headquarters, and following on from that, we then have Pakistan's Prime Minister Shabbaz Sharif. Now, we don't quite know what is on the Prime Minister of Pakistan's agenda, but he is expected to push for a humanitarian solution in Gaza. He was present at that meeting of Arab and Islamic leaders, along with Donald Trump and other Arab leaders in Gulf states. Of course, we can also expect him to bring up the issue of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir in his speech, a matter the UN first created, and we have yet to see a resolution to. Who else is speaking today? Chinese President Xi Jinping is not in attendance today. However, his Premier Li Qiang is expected also to speak here and push the Chinese agenda. Now, we are, of course, coming out of the SCO summit, where we saw those compelling images of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Xi Jinping set to be warming relations. So we know that China has been pushing for less unilateralism across the world. And of course, we have to mention those tariffs which have been imposed by United States President Donald Trump on both China and India, and that is also expected to be brought up in the Chinese Premier's speech today. And so, yes, a huge day when it comes to this day here in New York at the United Nations. And we will, of course, bring you all of it in full here on NewsX.